Hello everyone, I'm Luc Boissonneault, the owner, founder, co-founder of Freeform Fitness Personal Training Centers, also jeanlucfitness.com that I just came out with. But today I want to give you 3 tips because it's not about me, it's about you. And 3 crucial things you can do that you can start today that are going to have a huge impact on not just losing weight, but keeping it off. You know, I was just talking about it to someone saying, you know, it's fairly easy to lose weight. I could eat cardboard and lose weight. You know, I could go on the cardio all day and lose weight. It's the maintenance of it. Is it something that's realistic, that's sustainable in your life? And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So before I get to that, you know, I'm going to give you a little bit of credibility, you know, and in credibility I mean proof. You know, every day we change people's lives, we help them lose body fat. And if you look, we track everyone. You know, this is 19 pounds lost, 38 pounds lost. You know, all these people are people losing weight. So I'm not just coming out of the blue and saying, oh yeah, I think this works, or you know, yeah, is it low carb? Is it high carb? Is it, you know, just calories in versus calories out? What I'm giving you is day to day hundreds and hundreds of people that we help lose body fat and keep it off. All right, so I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to show you different stories of different people. So let's go. All right, so you know, here I'm just going to show you, you know, we have people that lose, you know, 10 pounds, lose 20 pounds, lose 100 pounds, and there's also people that, you know, we help bring right to the edges. I call the edges because it's going a little further than, you know, just the set weight point where you just feel comfortable. We're taking it even further, which is a lot harder. But what we want to do as a company is we're not looking to be the biggest. We're not looking to be, you know, the most innovative, to jump on the new train of the, you know, of Zumba or whatever, you know, that comes out. We're not following those trends. What we're doing is we're after results. We're after being the best at what we do, and by being the best, we need to stay ourselves in the best shape we can. We need to prove to people that we can take it to the edges. We can be, you know, we can take it down to 5 to 8% body fat ourselves, because when you can do that, losing 10, 20 pounds, it's fairly easy to us. All right, so I was telling you, I'm going to give you 3 key things on losing weight and maintaining your weight once you've lost it. And I can tell you by my experience that this stuff here, not just this stuff, I'm talking sugars, carbohydrates in general, are the #1 thing you need to watch if you want to lose body fat. Right? Insulin is what regulates fat accumulation. It's like an open door. If your insulin is high, which is just a hormone that's secreted from eating sugars and things that are too simple, it increases insulin, which then transports that sugar into the muscle to be used as fuel. Well, if that's high, fat burning stops. Your insulin is gonna escort sugars into the fat cell to be stored as energy. Here, for example, let's grab this. Let's just pretend. Okay, so this is your liver, right, which is going to store a certain amount of this, which at this point, if it's just filling this up, you're not going to gain fat. If you fill this up, which is your muscles, right, which store the other glycogen, right, so if you're filling these 2 up, that's fine. So you need a certain amount of sugar to fill these up, and that's fine. But if these are full, where does the rest go? That's the big question. If these are full, insulin is going to transport it to this, and this is the fat cell, right? And the liver will only take so much, the muscles will only take so much, the fat cells, they can take a lot, right? So this is in simple terms how sugars are going to affect your fat gain. So you got to make sure the #1 thing you can do to help yourself is learn how many carbohydrates are in certain foods, and watch, mentally calculate. If you know what's in, you know, most people know more about their car than about their body. So if you can start learning, educating yourself on what foods have certain amount of carbs in it, you know that an apple has 24 grams of carbs, or a cup of pasta has 50 grams, or a sweet potato has 40 grams, you can then start to calculate throughout the day, okay, I've had about 60 grams. That's good, right? But if your daily carbohydrate count is reaching, 300, 350 grams of carb, which I wouldn't be surprised if it is, you're going to store a lot of that as fat. So I think that is one key component, the most important. More than exercise, more than anything, you got to watch your insulin. So when it comes to exercise, right, the number two tip is really just do anything. I want you to go out and actually take action. That's what's missing, is whether it's going for a walk, whether it's lifting light dumbbells, you need to just move. And what we want to do is, remember when I was showing those those three storages, the liver, the muscle, and the fat stores that are going to hold that glycogen. Well, by just moving your muscles, right, we're emptying that tank, that second tank, the muscle and the liver. We're just using up that glycogen to be able to take in more, and it's going to make us more insulin sensitive. Right, so that's really the key thing, is to really get moving. If I were to say, like, to something that would be better over another, would be I would rather someone that has weight to lose, that they actually work the muscle, as opposed to just doing cardiovascular work. I would prefer that they start by moving. Another big thing is yesterday I was talking to one of our clients, and he was saying that he was starting to run, and he's 40 pounds overweight. And that's a lot of impact. And you don't need to run. You don't need, that's a lot on the joints. I've seen a lot of people that have sore knees and things like that. All you need to do is go for a walk. It's that simple. Another thing is, don't track your progress based on the scale. Okay, you're gonna fail at one point. The body plateaus. You need to realize that from the start and say, you know what, at one point I am gonna stall. Accept that. And take it, judge your actions, not your goals, right? So instead of saying, all right, I'm going to lose 10 pounds of weight, right? That's not in your control. You can't control that 10 pounds. What you need to do is, I'm going to walk 5 times this week. Those you can control. You can control, I'm going to eat no more than 100 grams of carbs this week. Those are things under your control. So instead of focusing on the goals of things that are out of your control, where you're going to get discouraged when you get on the scale and you realize you went up, right? At least focus on your action steps. And that's number 2. All right, and the third key component, it's so fundamental, but no one takes this one so serious. So we went over the insulin. On carbohydrates as being the major source of someone putting on weight. I see it every day. Take my word for it. 2 is just get moving, and don't focus on the weight you're losing. Focus on your actions and what you can control. And number 3 is surround yourself with good influences and hold yourself accountable to somebody else. How many moms out there, say, oh yeah, I'll get to it, but they don't, because they don't put themselves first, right? They're always putting themselves last and trying to take care of everyone else, right? So by having somebody else hold you accountable, it's like you're not just only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for somebody else. And that is huge. And that's going to keep you going on track. And through our experience, that's what keeps our clients losing every week, All right, so I gave you 3 great tips. What I think are which are fundamental to getting in shape: nutrition, exercise, accountability. Now, the thing is that everyone is different, right? And within those 3, there can be some tweaking, like the amount of carbohydrates someone consumes. Someone can consume 250 grams, and that's good for them. And for someone else that's more sensitive to, that's less sensitive, more resistant to insulin, is going to, maybe need 50 grams. Or, maybe it's 30 grams and it's dipping that low. But everyone we see, has a different meter of how many carbohydrates. So what I want to say is, I don't want to say that, it's fully, okay, just reduce insulin as much as you can, or okay, just do resistance training over cardio, or what I want to get across is, by focusing on nutrition, exercise, and accountability, and having a strategy for all those 3 that work with you, you're going to be successful and you're going to keep the weight off and everything's going to be great. And I wish you luck and see you another time.